You know that song that goes, it's Friday then? Well, that is all that matters because it's time for Trendz Live. Hello, hi, and welcome to the show. Kalibito Kikansane Koza, but because we are family now, please call me Candy. I will be hosting you for the next hour, and you know, we always bring you the best in arts, culture, lifestyle, travel, and so much more. Like the performance we just had from the legendary KB Motsilanyane, who will be joining us for a chat, as well as the iconic Ndu Shezi, who will be also performing a little later on the Trendz live stage. Do not forget to find us on X at Trendz on SABC. For now though, we get into our first story for this evening. The Joburg Theatre was a buzz last Saturday as many fans gathered for a spectacular showcase celebrating the legendary Abigail Kubeka. This tribute honors her remarkable journey and contributions to the South African arts industry. The tribute had a star-studded lineup featuring renowned artists such as Lira, Brenda Mthoba, Ndu Masilela, Trompis, Judy Page, Marlo, Simi, and so many more. The showcase topped off with a grand finale where Mam Abigail also took to stage. Our producer Seleba Mafadi was out there, so let's take a look.
Judy, today's is a big day.
It's a big day, and I've looked forward to it, and here it is. And isn't it wonderful? My beautiful friend.
On stage in 5 minutes, and we are trying to grab as much as we can before this great show gets to start off. Obviously, Mama Abby is here. She's almost done with her makeup, ready to jump on set. Mama, do you have a few words for us about what you think of this great moment of them paying tribute to your works in the arts?
I'm really humbled, and I'm so grateful to all the beautiful ladies that are on this show. Everybody, you know, the crew are doing a marvelous job. They are excellent. This is excellence. It is excellence.
What inspired you to create such a production, and what can we expect to see on screen?
It is actually really about the immense contribution to the sector that Mom Abigail Kubeka is about. And I just, like I was talking to her actually when I was sitting with her at her house, that there was a production, a very famous production called A Misbehaving that she was in. I was 20 and I watched that production. She's been in my heart all these years, and you look at the footprints of her career, the people she has worked with in this country, continentally and internationally, and it is upon us as a theatre, as an arts institution, as the city of Joburg, to say here are the keys for her, and to say to the young people that are studying music, that are studying drama, that here is somebody who set a bar for you.
In terms of production, how does that come to life? What are those elements that we are going to be seeing?
It's just a lovely collision of all the artists that will be on stage. How it's basically like we've been calling it the chapters of Abigail. The type of music that people have been writing for years is collides with her, collides with her being, with who she is. And it was amazing to get all these artists from Ausmara to Brenda to Lida, just saying, I want to give off my time to say to her, here's my hat, I'm taking it off to you.
I was saying backstage that it's important to honor our legends while they're still here. Guys, we shouldn't wait, until someone is no longer with us. And to me now, these are people that I looked up to, how they've handled themselves in the industry, how they've taken themselves seriously, how they've presented themselves, the way they deliver all the time. I know Usman China Mami in Giyazu stage, I know everything's going to be perfect. I know how much they respect, the audience. So I've taken all those things. It means everything.
Such a joy to come and sing with her again. I haven't done it for quite a long time. I don't know when was the last time we did. We started together in 1979, quite right. And then we started doing little shows. We went our different ways. My Abby did the cheeky ones, and I did the more traditional, old English ones, yes.
Judy, we come a long way. And I'm glad that today I could say thank you for believing in me. We've done so many shows together, happily, professionally, and glamorous.
This is one of the best things that this country has ever done, probably. And it's important that such people as Abigail are always celebrated. But I was fascinated by some of the young people that the singers was just incredible. I'm very happy and pleased for Lyra. She really took the show to another level. And Brenda was exceptional. Mara was incredible. For the show to even bring Kwaito onto the stage, this was excellent.
For us to give her flowers while she's still alive, for me it's a big thing more than anything.
This is a legend. This is someone who did not only sing, she acted, and also she's an activist. And so to be part of that moment, for me, that is engraved in my heart forever.
I'm so happy for Mom Abigail. When I started, we did Sugar Shack. She was the judge with a guy called, I can't even remember. I must have been, 14. So I've known Mom Abigail for that long. I never thought there were beautiful women like that. Her dress, her high heel. Yabona namhlanje uhamba ngenduku so ngithi le high heel leyana, but the elegance, everything. I want to say thank you to all those women who opened the doors for us so that we are able to open the doors for the young people. And I'm asking government, I'm asking the powers that be, please be there for our creative industry.
Sissy, I was in the audience. You don't know how much South Africans love you. You saw it all. Standing ovation.
My darling
But Trendz, we are blown away. We had an absolutely amazing night celebrating over 60 years of amazing work that Mama Abigail has been doing. And of course, she continues to do.
She opened the show in style. Tonight, we're thrilled to introduce a true triple threat singer, actress, and dancer who has been rocking Lefatshe with her immense talent and passion for close to 25 years. It's an honor to welcome the incredible KB Motsilanyane. KB has just released her highly anticipated 7th studio album titled KEABETSWE, and the lead single, Armour My Soul, is a profound and heartfelt prayer that sets the tone for this remarkable journey. Join us as we dive into the inspiration behind KEABETSWE and hear from KB herself about this extraordinary chapter in her artistic journey. Fatou Musadi, welcome to Trendz Live.
Thank you so much. I'm good, and you?
I am fantastic. You're looking so amazing, and I get to interview you. But how lucky am I?
Thank you. I'm lucky to be here as well.
We're so happy that you are in studio with us. Now, you navigate so many different spaces: emceeing, music, dancing, singing. How do you actually, intertwine and interweave those talents to create a beautiful experience of entertainment for people?
I think for a very long time that was a question I needed to address because my career got launched in different platforms at the same time. And so I started with acting there, and I started with singing in another place and so on, and over time I had to figure out how to actually consolidate everything. And I think I'm at a stage now where I think I'm doing a good job of that.
No, you're doing more than a good job. It's a great, it's a unified artistic experience that we are receiving.
Because before I used to feel like I was many different people, but right now I feel a lot more centered, so to speak. Moving from stage as a singer to the camera as an actress to other things that I do. Yes.
Did that lend itself in creating the album KEABETSWE? Because you call it a journey. What was it all about coming to this point for this album?
Initially, when I started working on the album, I thought it was just about music. But, I got to discover so much about myself. I needed to be brave. I needed to be daring. I had to trust myself. Sometimes I would give up, I just feel like this is not going to work. And just having a strong support structure. I have a nephew who's always there, calls me Auntiza. It's like, Auntiza. No, he texts Sunday night. You okay, I'm chilling. He says, Auntiza, what are we doing tomorrow? So, I love that. So I got to discover that love that people have for me, that are prepared to assist me, because I think for a long time, especially a lot of artists, we feel like you are alone because the idea is in your head, and if people don't understand it, sometimes you feel like you're alone. But due to people like Jakes, people like Jazz, a producer in the studio, I would just send him a melody, a voice note, and say, Jazz, this is what I have in mind.
How can we take it to the next level?
And you go to the studio the next day, and Jazz just presents something that really brings you to tears. A young man from my village called Amuchelang Blue, who says KB, for 4 years, keep sending demos. Man. So I think this journey became not about the music, but about me as a person. It was a character building journey, and that is why I decided on the title at the last minute, because KEABETSWE was the last song to be recorded.
Your name.
Yes, and I thought that's what I want the album to be about, because it just got me to appreciate myself so much and realize how much I'm really capable of.
Wow, what a fitting title. I mean, one of the things that you have been vulnerable about is the fact that you are your biggest critic.
I am.
How do you overcome that so that you can produce such a beautiful, piece of work?
The main thing that I've done is work with people that I trust. People that if something is wrong, they will tell me that, we don't think this is a good idea. So that when they tell me something is good or something is bad, that I'm comfortable with what they're saying. I think that's been the most important thing. How I'm going to overcome myself, it's going to take a while.
Listen, life is a journey, so we're here for it. Maybe we'll start with album 27, then,
maybe I should never get there, because I think getting there perhaps will just make me do things without really worrying about how it comes out, and I don't know if I want to get there.
Yeah, well, we're glad that you're just here sharing, you know, this beautiful music with us.
Yes.
I mean, one of the things from the album, or rather lead singles from the album, Armour My Soul. Now, that song, what is it all about, and how does it lend itself to the essence of the whole album?
So Armour My Soul as a demo was rejected by another record company.
They're lost.
And I just sort of thought, yeah, it was a bad idea anyway. And then one day I was driving to the studio in the morning, and it was just like playing in my head over and over. I got to the studio, I said, Jez, I have an idea, and literally just plonked like note by note, note by note, sang the melody and left. And when I was singing it, I think because there was no music at the time, I had to find it from somewhere, and the only place I could find it from was like my vulnerability and allowing myself to say out loud that I feel like, because sometimes life feels hard, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm at war, but I don't want to give up, so I'm just handing over to you to Armour My Soul. So that it was very emotional for me, because I don't like talking about my issues. So to put it on a song was a very big thing for me. And
but those are moments that grow us, right? Those are the transformative moments that reveal to say, let me actually tap into that space, because we are appreciating it so much.
Thank you so much. And I was hoping that, you know, it's a song that a lot of people could relate to. One of the things that I deliberately did with this album is that I didn't want to over sing. You know, I sort of just said as little as possible, because I felt like that was effective, and that's what I did in the song as well. And I did all the backings, even the bass ones. I'm always so proud of those, like, oh, no.
I'm so excited for people to actually hear you performing Armour My Soul. Ah, man. Now we need to talk about a moment that was trending on social media, you at the Springbok Test match. Like, was that moment planned when you know, took out the mic to the audience? Like, walk us through it. So I performed the anthem, GUT 2022, when the Springboks were playing against Wales. Yes.
And as I was singing the song, I could hear, like, with every moment that came, like, the crowd kept getting louder and louder, that I had to keep pushing my earpiece into my ear so that I don't hear them. So when I got to sing the anthem again, you know, we had a conversation where I said, look, if this moment happens, could I embrace it? Because you also have to take the team into your confidence and say, if this happened, could I embrace it, could I not? But it just spoke to me figuring out whether I should or not in the moment. But I had to speak to the team so that they don't sit there thinking, did something go wrong? Did the mic die? What happened? I hear you, yeah. It's a case of, look, we'll follow you. You know, if you stop, we'll stop.
Yeah,
if you go, we'll go.
We are here for you.
But building up to that, it was amazing. And for me, it was just a performance, and that I thought that was an amazing performance. It was an amazing moment. I went home. The crowd was just out of this world. I went home. The following day, my phone was just ringing. And I thought, what did I think? I thought, what did I do wrong? Did I mess up something?
You did absolutely everything right in that moment.
I have never heard so much positive feedback from so many people, you know, on one subject. So that has really been a life-changing moment for me.
Oh man, for me this is a life-changing moment. Thank you so much for being here. I literally could talk to you for hours, and I wish people were actually here to hear the conversations that we're having, you know, outside of this, about you being 13 years old at your first singing competition, and here you are now. So Mosadi ra leboga for leading us into your journey, and we're wishing you all the best with KEABETSWE.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Oh man, it's such an exciting time. So Luna Batabako, please make sure you do the right thing and stay where you are. We are taking an ad break. Mara, get ready to experience the magic of KB as she sets the Trendz live stage ablaze yet again, but only after the break. Do not move.
To fight, still I step out to war. I believe that you divine. Shine your lights on me. So many demons to fight. Still I step out to war. I believe that you divide will walk by my side. So many battles to fight. Still I step out to war. I believe that you divide will shine your light on me. So many temptations to fight. Still I step out to war. I believe that you divide will walk by my side. So carry me over troubled waters. In that waters I'm waiting. My soul. Carry me over troubled waters. In oceans I'm treading. My soul. Carry me over troubled waters. In oceans I'm waiting. My soul. Carry me over troubled waters. In oceans I'm treading. My soul. My soul. My soul. My soul. My soul. My soul. So guard me with love when I'm raging through the fire. My soul, I believe I'm at war. Guard me with love when I'm raging through the fire. My soul, I believe I'm at war. Guard me with love when I'm raging through the fire. My soul, I believe I'm at war. Guard me with love when I'm raging through the fire.
The passion and depth that KB pours into her performances in music is something that's very inspirational. Now on to our next story for this evening. American writer, ecologist and environmentalist Aldo Leopold said, conversation, or rather conservation, is a state of harmony between men and land. At Thanda Safari, there's a concerted effort to balance luxury and to highlight the important work of conservation. Producer Refilo Matela shared another moment at this holidays destination on a game drive, learning about the wild and wonderful. And of course, we now get to take a look. So let's go.
And here we are, Trendz, Northern KZN, on a beautiful morning. Thanda Safari giving us the best of the very best. We've been on a drive this morning and we got to see the sunrise, a little bit hazy, but that's okay. How can you not identify more beautiful moments in this beautiful expanse of land, as well as just appreciating the quiet moments? I've been driving with Tasia and she's been fantastic. Listen, we've been quizzing back and forth, talking about animal facts. It's quite an experience. And here she is. Tasia, thank you so much and welcome to Trendz Live.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you for being here with us.
Now tell us, Tasia, your journey as a guide, when did that begin?
So it started a few years ago. I actually stayed as a guest at Thanda Safari, and that was where I decided I wanted to be a guide. And I went and studied and then applied to work here. So it's done a bit of a full circle.
Why animals? Why conservation? Why nature? Why not a career in fashion and or you know, the food industry? What is it that calls you to nature?
Oh, just from a kid growing up in South Africa, we did holidays to the bush with my family. So my grandparents loved it, both my parents loved it, and that just really, you know, instilled the passion for it.
Myself, Tasia, and the ever so stoic Derek spent the morning in conversation about the precious work they do and keeping an eye out for some of the big five on this 14,000 hectare property. Tell us about some of your favorite sightings.
Oh, one of my favorite animals here is the black rhino. So we have the big five, including cheetah, and just the black rhino sightings that we get in KwaZulu-Natal is always special. rhinos being so endangered, we struggle to see them, you know, all parts of South Africa. So even just seeing the black rhino here makes it incredible.
On this private drive, I was in awe of the depth of knowledge my hosts had, their teamwork, ability to identify moments, and the smallest of tracks led us to some beautiful sights. All that hard work made me thirsty for a luxurious coffee stop in the bush. Let's talk a little bit about the conservation of black rhinos. What are the steps that Thanda Safari is taking in that aspect?
So we've got both the black and the white rhinos here. Both are endangered. So we've got a few ways that we protect them. So we have a wildlife team with monitors that are specially dedicated to driving out and monitoring the rhinos. And each rhino will have a unique notch system so we can identify different individuals. We will dehorn our rhinos. We try to do that roughly every 2 years. And we've now introduced something within the past year, tracking collars, and that then sends a signal and alert to the phone. It learns each individual rhino's behavior. So if they start acting out of their characteristics, it will send an alert. And the wildlife team can then go and investigate. And we've also got the anti-poaching unit that, you know, do foot patrols and monitor fencing and things like that.
It's important and tireless work that takes place in South Africa to protect endangered species from extinction. Thanda is a founder member of Project Rhino KZN, which is a large collaborative effort to quell poaching. Now, tell us, Tasia, your number one tip for guests coming on any game drive. What would you say is your best piece of advice?
Maybe go in with no expectations, just out there to enjoy it, and that's when you will have the best experience. We do get regular sightings of most of the big five, but just enjoy the smaller things as well and take in every moment.
And we definitely saw a lot on the drive. The fresh air was just what this city girl needed.
Now, onto a well of wisdom through pages full of pivotal life lessons. Heralded as a phenomenal businesswoman and now author, Mohamed is onto a brand new level of inspiration. She recently unveiled her book titled Brave Today, a guide to empowerment and courage. Perfectly timed to launch on Women's Month, Trendz found it befitting to have Katie in studio back with us to unpack the gems hidden within the book. Thank you so much for coming and joining us on the show once again. How are you feeling this evening?
Excited, and thank you for having me.
Oh man, we are super excited as well. I mean, Brave Today, that's such a profound title for a book. But like, what space were you in that actually led you to then saying, this is a defining moment for a book?
You know, there's a saying that says God gives you grace not for tomorrow, He gives you grace for today. And I looked at that and I said, well, when we talk about courage and bravery, we don't have to be brave for tomorrow. We don't have to be brave for yesterday, but we can be brave for today.
And for now.
And for now. Oh. And also bravery, you don't have to put off bravery. Because, you know, sometimes we put off, we're like, oh, we can deal with it tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I think for me, it was so apt to say, well, how do we get up every day and be brave for today?
Oh man, I love that. Now you speak in chapter 1 about identity. How did you navigate, you know, defining your own identity?
Yeah, you know, being a South African, and we have this whole South Africanism, and we have such a diverse group of people in this country.
Yeah, we do.
And then how do you navigate with whom you really are? And I think I come from a little village in Richmond, KwaZulu-Natal, and of course now people that know you from that village, and now you kind of navigated your way through the big city.
Yes, and making it in the big city. Let's not forget that.
And then you try to look at you don't want to forget your roots, and I think that is what, and identity is very tangible. It can be changed along the way, but we can't forget our roots. We can't forget where we come from. So for me, navigating my identity was, how am I called Katie Mohamed in the corporate world? and my black friends will call me Ketiwe, and then my Arabic name is Khadija. And how do I navigate the same person in all of these ways? But I'm the same person. So identity for me has been is very important. I think with us as South Africans, we battle with finding our identity. And we have to do the research about what is our identity, what our personal values look like, what do we want to be, who are we? So I always say identity is very tangible because you can be fluid with your identity, but keep your authenticity.
And just keep searching for it, right?
Yes.
Because sometimes we get so lost, but we need to go back to self.
Yeah, because our influences, it's all about the influences in life, in society. And sometimes we actually don't know who we are because we try to please other people.
Oh my goodness. And that's why staying true to self is very important. Now, I mean, life is like going through a maze. Like there's ebbs and flows, ups and downs. Like, does it come to a point where it actually all makes sense?
Yeah, but you can only make sense if you make sense of your past. And I think that is the most important thing, because we all have this baggage, we have this weight that we carry along every single day. But if we're not able to detox from the past, we are not able to move forward. And yeah, there's some stuff that happens in the past that we have no control over. There's stuff that happens that we have control over. But I think that's why forgiveness and healing and acceptance is so important. So for me, it's making sense of your past in order for us to be able to move forward. And as I sit here, I always say, is through my book, through my writing, it has been so cathartic. So it was like a mental detox for me, which now is allowing me to kind of look at, so my brain and my mind has space for fresh things.
Yeah.
So I think making sense of our past is so important.
Oh man, I was actually going to ask you about that, to just say then, like, even as the author, has it made an impact on you and in your life and your perspectives in the world?
And I said this at my launch the other day as well, is that I've learned to actually love myself. And I think we battle to love ourselves because we are so hard on ourselves. You know, the world is hard on us anyway.
Already. There's
and
so many things happening.
And then there we're sitting and we're like, no, you can't do this, or like, you know, try and be humble. And then you try and have all of these things. So for me, it was really, I have learned to applaud myself. I've learned to humble myself and to say that now I'm humble, but excessive humbleness is, humility is also self-sabotage to me. So I'm learning to love with the space that I'm at, but also the message to the young girl in the years ahead of her to say that you are going to be okay. You were going to be okay if you are able to handle what's thrown at you. And for me, I was able to handle it. But I also feel that sometimes I never needed to go through some of the things that I went through.
But it also brought you to us today and to writing Brave today. So we're very, very happy about all the different things that you've experienced. And I really do hope that even with people listening to this interview to know that like life's a journey and they just need to keep like working on themselves and, like you said, loving themselves. Now in chapter 2, the emphasis is all about I am. Why are like self-declarations so important?
Because it has to be intentional. You know, we get up and we talk about manifestation, we talk about what we want, where we need to go, and then you're like, I am enough, or I am this. But for me, is I take it further to say, I am a great entrepreneur. I am a great businesswoman. I am a good friend, which means it is literally, I'm commanding myself to be that. So I think it's not loose. It's really commanding myself to say, I am this person. I am going to be a good friend, or I am a good friend. So for me, it's really having that conversation with myself to say that if you want to be this, then you have to say, I am. You have to kind of own it already.
Okay, I am excited that you are here. Does that work? Okay.
And I am blessed to be here.
I love it. Now, you've said that Wisdom Teachers talks about, you know, watchful of being of certain areas. What should we all be watchful of in all of our lives?
You know, wisdom you get from anywhere. Wisdom you can get from people, from places, from book. You can even get wisdom from the security guard that you walk past every day. Because we always think that we need wisdom from the great writers and the great people, the influential people that we all aspire to be. But wisdom can come from various places. And for me, you must be ready to take wisdom. So, and I always say wisdom is a choice.
Oh, okay.
So when you are ready to take the wisdom, when you're ready to take the message, then you are ready to be awakened.
I love how you just put that. I mean, and now wrapping things up in today's interview, what would you encourage, or how could you encourage us to step out of our comfort zones, especially us ladies, being, you know, Women's Month?
As women, we are the most amazing beings on earth if we only believe in ourselves. So for me, is getting out of our comfort zone is know what you want. You know, do an audit on yourself. What do you want? Where do you want to go? Who do you want to be with? Who do you want to be around? And I write in my book about how you collect the good people. So when you start taking yourself out of comfort zones, you get to meet the right people. You get to meet the influential people that can take you along your journey. So whether it's in your social spaces, whether it's in your professional spaces, it's always be around the good people. And I talk about collecting the good people. And in order for you to collect the good people, you have to be good people. So getting out of your comfort zone is really going and meeting amazing people that can enhance your life.
Oh man, and you've just enhanced mine, and I'm hoping the viewers at home.
And they say nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Oh, you see?
Take the risk.
This is why you are an author, man. Oh man, Katie. This indeed felt like a navigation of personal growth and bravery, true to the book's wishes. An inspirational and compelling memoir that we hope you at home are motivated to step into a life filled with courage and possibility. So go get yourself a copy of Brave today. We are wishing you all the best with all of your pursuits, and thank you so much for joining us on Trendz Live.
Thank you for having me.
Now, on that note, we're taking another ad break, but you know what? We will be back. So as I always say, let's go suta. South African media personality, actress and TV presenter Tasia Simons is with us in studio today as we continue with the empowerment episode in this Women's Month. In 2020, just a year after her husband's passing, she created a project that sparked conversations about loss, human connection, healing, and personal growth. The dynamic powerhouse is continuing with her works in champion authenticity and vulnerability. She's here to tell us more about that. So, Miss Ma'am, welcome to Trendz Live.
Hello. What a beautiful link. Love that. You are amazing.
I love next to you, so I have to.
I love a band who can say, you know?
Did I say it well?
Yeah, beautifully. Beautifully.
I hope the powers that be heard so that they can give me a salary increase. But anyway, listen, you are all the way from the Eastern Cape, but grew up in Pretoria. For those who don't know, who is Kaise?
Most people would know me that way affectionately, but I think that speaks holistically to my background. Like you said, I come from the Eastern Cape, grew up in Pretoria for the latter part of my life from like age 10, then went to varsity here. I'm a creative, I'm a storyteller. That's what I think I was born to do. I knew that from a very early age. And hence, you know, the actress, the TV presenter, and now media entrepreneur. Girl.
And a mom, let's not forget that.
Yes, but those things came later, you know what I mean? So guys, it was always just, you know, the life of any party, the life of any heart or family, I mean my family. But yeah, that's me, and now, you know, I'm a mom, I've been a wife, and recently a widow, and yeah, man, like I wear so many hats, right?
So many different hats, but you do it so well.
Yeah.
That's actually what I was going to ask you, like with all the hats that you wear, from being an entrepreneur, so now you call yourself what, a
creative entrepreneur.
A creative entrepreneur.
Yeah, but you can say media.
Executive producer, presenting, acting, all of the above.
Yeah.
What is your most favorite role?
Oh, that's not nice of you to ask. Okay. I think being a mom and being a creative are very because those things I don't have to think about. And you wouldn't think that being a mom is something that would come naturally. But it does. Once you become a mom, it's the most beautiful God-given assignment, but certainly being able to do my job the way that I do, relying on my natural gifts and talents is definitely something that I put up there. And
thank you, God.
Yes, thank you, God. And being able to actually live out this dream, because like I said, this is always what I've wanted to do. And now I get to make a living out of it, right? And tell stories and impact lives.
I love that for you, and especially also for your son to see mom killing it the way that she does. I'm so it's such an inspiration to him. him
I
as
hope
well.
so. I hope so.
Man, onto a little bit something a bit, sensitive. Obviously, with you losing your husband back in 2020, that was a very devastating loss. But you turned that into creating a project called After Dark with Kaise. Tell us more about the project.
So yeah, After Dark with Kaise was born out of my grief journey. It was at a pivotal time, I think, or an important time during COVID. Many people were experiencing loss, painfully so, and they unexpectedly so, and different kinds of loss, job losses, family members were dying, and it was just a lot, and we were all kind of losing even ourselves because we were in isolation, we were locked up, all that, and it had been a year since my own, tragedy had happened, and I was looking for a place or a way of how to tell the story because I had not spoken to any media or, I just had to take the time out because I was also actually in the car accident, so I had to take time out to go and recuperate.
Yeah.
And so my team at the time, we felt there was no platform that could really treat it, like you said, with the sensitivity that it deserved. And we felt that the best person to tell the story was me. I would own the story.
And it's your story.
And it's my story. And in that way, give other people permission to tell their stories. And so After Dark with Kaise was born in a house, in a corner with a camera and a mic. And like season 1, it's not looking great as season 2 in terms of production, but the stories and the heart of it is what we still believe, made it to be as huge as it was.
Yeah, but what you just said now is that season 2 was better than season 1. It just shows that it's all about growth.
Exactly.
But for other
transformation, sorry.
You see, and transformation. We're going to use that hashtag today. But a lot of other people would have found different ways to heal. Why did you decide to go this route?
Because like I said, at the heart of who I am is storytelling. I wear my heart on my sleeve. You could never stop me from saying something, even if you tried. Of course, I had to journey quietly first so that I could really process it. But I felt that I had the power to change other people's lives. And grief is not something that's easily tackled by most people. People find it as a trigger, sometimes. But I felt that at the time, even though I didn't know what I was navigating myself, there were people out there who probably had been through it, who could also share their experiences. Hence the kind of guests that I had on the show. And in that way, I healed through other people's stories as well. But I think it was time for us to have this conversation because it was happening. It was happening
in real time. And everyone probably also wanted to hear from you.
And wanted to hear from me. Like I always say, people were genuinely concerned. It was quite a big, tragedy. And I just needed to let people know what I was feeling, what I was going through, and that I was determined to one day get up and be the Kaise that they all love.
Oh man, I love the fact that it was not just healing to you, but others as well, and that it helped you in your grieving process.
Yes.
But now, we're going into a new season. Tell us more about what we can be expecting and the topics that you'll be delving into.
So season 2, like I said, is looking way better aesthetically. The production, girl,
and
I love the colors you have here because it's like my production company colors as well. So Canaan Media is really, at the forefront of producing and, creating this beautiful content that's holistically about, it's wholesome. We want to make those uncomfortable conversations comfortable, telling those stories that aren't easily told.
And just normalize
normalize life's complexities and journeys that we all go through. You and I sitting here on this chair, we're not excluded because we're behind this camera. It happens to us, to the everyday person. It happens to the public figure. But we want to also bring a spin of just like how to level up, upgrade, how to be better versions of ourselves. I'm definitely better, living a better life, from a lifestyle point of view, personal development, transformation and healing, coaches. Oh, girl, we just want to bring people there in the room to make you feel good about life.
Listen, this is a heartwarming thing and we're all going to be on this journey with you, but we have to wrap it up and I hate it so much, but you have to stay so we can chat after the show.
Cool.
What is the message that you would have for women in South Africa? The fact that we are in Women's Month is a pivotal thing, but just for every day with the challenges that we face in life, what would you say from you to them?
From me, women, don't you ever underestimate your power to overcome. I know it's hard and it can get real. I know better than anyone how it is to pull yourself out of darkness. But, to find that light, all it takes is for you to want to. If you really want to always serve the pain and give yourself and sit at tables with the pain, you'll never get past it. So take the time, journey, go through it. But when you decide that this is who I no longer want to be, stop at nothing, go for everything that is your heart's joy, your heart's want, and journey, you know, even through the surprises that you may find about yourself, because I think we're so multi-layered, we're so multifaceted. Just keep going and just make the people that are around you proud.
Oh man, I could have not said it better myself, because after the dark, we step into the light. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Yes, girl. Oh, I want a t-shirt. You know me, I'm always trying to plug myself with things. But that was Kaise Ngula right here on Trendz Live. And we are going to be taking a quick little ad break. And when we come back, there's still so much more that you can expect on the show. Please, discuss on my list anyway.
Nishuke vele ndoda kodwa ithumbi linhliziyo ayasilona uswahla lensizwa nishuke vele ndoda kodwa ithumbi Shabangani bami ayabakhola ukuthi le ndoda yona ngehlule ayibongi shabangani bami abakhola ukuthi le ndoda yona ngehlule Goosebumps all over my body. Shoo! Now here's another powerhouse in her own right. She's got an impressive resume, creating master hits with the likes of Java, Joyous Celebration, Music Keys, Kayam Teta, just to name a few. Formerly known as Ndu Shezi, but goes by Ndu Shezi in these music streets, she's back with a new project after a hiatus since 2022. Hello, madam. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I mean, we are super excited. Look at you, back on the scene, or album, or single. But I want to talk about this one, Yum. Tell us a little bit more about the song.
Oh yeah, so this is the single for the album, for the debut album.
Yes.
Sasami, which is coming out soon.
We're going to talk about it just now.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So I'm really excited about it. It's a song that's really close to my heart. I love Afro Soul. I love just expressing myself in this genre of music. So yeah, it's a beautiful song.
It's a very beautiful song, and your voice is equally, if not even better.
Thank
you.
It
is about matters of the heart, but I saw you hashtagging Chizi or lyrics there on Instagram. For those who don't know, there are two specific words that talk about a fine, a heart in the modern era.
Yes.
Please tell us what those words are and why you chose them for the song.
Okay, so I'm Zulu, by the way. So there's a word, uswahla. Uswahla lensizwa. You know, like not a normal Zulu. It's okay, so puto obugega, no, uswahla lensizwa, meaning a very fine brother. Then the second word is ukeveve.
Ukeveve.
Also, you know, it's like a synonym but referring more to, you know, it's kondla.
I love that.
So, yeah, you learned something.
But now we obviously have to speak about the debut album, as you called it, Isibusiso Sam.
Yeah.
Tell us more about, you know, the album, who you worked with. Just share everything, because we're here to learn and to know more.
Whew, okay, so it's been a long time coming. I've worked in this album for 4 years.
Wow.
Yeah, I was blessed enough to have worked with the best of the best musicians in the industry. I worked with Tasia Simons as a producer and musical director. I worked with Jakes. I worked with Mondli Ngobo. I worked with a lot of the best.
Big names, honey, big names.
Yeah, but I'm really excited. It's my debut album. I finally get to share my heart and my music with the world.
Why now? Because you could have done it 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Like, why now?
Something about God's timing. I cannot tell you why now, why not 4 years ago, but something about God's timing is always perfect.
When Jesus says yes,
nobody can say no.
I know, that's right. If I could sing, I would do it for you, but we don't want to embarrass ourselves today on the
Let's keep it cute.
Let's just keep it cute. But also a question on everybody else's mind is that you took a hiatus and then you're back. Like, what made you actually take a step back from music?
I wouldn't really call it a hiatus because I've been working behind the scenes on projects, on productions. Your biggest musicians, you mentioned Ostava, working with this stuff, you know what I mean? As an engine, because if I'm doing like vocal direction, vocal arrangements where they need like choirs, whatever production it is, I've worked in the summers as a vocal director. So I've been working, but just more behind the scenes. I've been
and now you're coming out and saying, here I am.
It's time.
It's definitely
Let's go.
time. I have to ask this though. How do you navigate so many different genres of music where you can be in a hip hop session, you can be in a gospel setting, like Wetajwang?
Sure, it takes like you really have to immerse yourself and be open to learning. For me, it's always like a learning experience. Working with different artists, there's so much that you can learn. Yes, I've studied music, but I'm always open to learning, always open to new experiences and just finding out, okay, where can I stretch myself? What can I learn from this?
And you are definitely stretching yourself, and I hope that it's going to lend itself to what this album is going to be all about. And speaking about Isibusiso Sam and all the tracks on the album, what is the underlying message and what you hope people actually take from this offering?
So I love that question. The underlying message of the overall album is 3 things that are really very close to my heart, which is faith, hope, and love. There's songs about faith, songs about hope, songs about love, which is part of my journey, just me sharing some of my experiences in the most honest way.
I see. Now, obviously, we know the fact that you've worked behind the scenes, many different artists you spoke about, you worked with on the album. Any collaborations that we can be expecting?
Listen, there's a lot in the pipeline. There's a lot. I'm excited to be stepping out as an artist. So definitely a lot of collaborations, definitely a lot of features. But as for this album, it is as it is, but yeah, in future, definitely there's a lot of stuff that I'm working on.
We are so excited to see what that stuff is. And we're also equally excited at the fact that she's also going to be singing us out on the show tonight. Trend Livers, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure hanging out with you every Friday night. Until we meet again, stay sweet. Good night.
Now uthando lami kuwe ayalanelanga ngikunike lonke uthando lami ngayive